What's up? What's up? Thank you for tuning into another edition of Casual Highlights, where we have casual, conscious conversations in the world of sports. My name is Al High. I'm the founder and creator of this channel. Please subscribe. Thank you for listening. And let's go ahead and get into today's topic. I want to discuss the Chiefs' 42-21 win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, this was pretty much, this game was started out very slow. Nobody was scoring. There was a lot of turnovers, and we probably, as a local Chiefs fan, we probably could have scored 56 points. Go Chiefs! We could have, we probably could have easily scored 49, 52 points on this particular night. I did predict, if I'm not mistaken, 34-21. So I was off by a little bit. I did give, I gave some more points to Pittsburgh because they were going to put up a fight. A Mike Tomlin team is going to put up a fight. And we saw up front, we saw live again, in my opinion, the Pittsburgh Steelers has excellent weapons. Claypool, Juju Smith-Schuster, the Johnson guy, the 13, I can't think of 13 and number 18, and Najee Harris. The Pittsburgh Steelers has weapons. The problem is Big Ben is not the same Big Ben that we saw 5 years ago, 10 years ago in the Super Bowl. Big Ben is not the same quarterback that he was before. They ran a lot of slot. They ran a lot of slant pattern plays. I think they hit a couple of, one long ball in the game, but not the same Pittsburgh Steelers. So, as a Chiefs fan, as a fan of football, I want to give my thank you to Big Ben Roethlisberger and his time in the NFL and just being great every year. If I'm not mistaken, he didn't under Tomlin. They never had a losing season. Mike Tomlin has never. Think about this. Since Tomlin has been coach, Big Ben playing with under Tomlin, Big Ben never had a losing season. They may have been 500 one year, but they never had a losing season with Tomlin. Now I think Bill Cowher was like 2 or 3 years with Big Ben, and I think he may have had one losing season. I'm gonna have to go back and double check. But I think Ben Roethlisberger is a bona fide first ballot Hall of Famer. Now let me get to Chiefs. Let me go ahead and deal on this part. Patrick Mahomes, 5 touchdown passes. I think, in my opinion, with the Chiefs, I like this Jerry McKinnon guy. I've always liked his game from afar and what I've seen of him. I think you got to roll with the hot hand of Jerry McKinnon, and you have to continue to roll with Jerry McKinnon. You have to continue to roll, and I'm liking Byron Pringle. I think the Chiefs may have found a number 2, and it's probably looking more and more like Byron Pringle might be that man. Not McCole Harmon, not Robinson. Josh Gordon was inactive, but you got to roll with Pringle as your number 2 weapon. And Pringle has become that reliable blanket. If Tyreek is double covered, if Travis is covered, Pringle has become that trusted source in the Chiefs' weapons and receiving room. But you got to roll with also Jerry McKinnon. I would say continue to roll with Gore as your running back in the backfield, and you probably need to go ahead and run with Darrell Williams. Now, people say, well, some of you are like, what about Clyde Edwards-Helaire? You got to roll with the hot hand. I think this year, even though Darrell Williams had that one the fumble in the game, yes, against Pittsburgh, he had that fumble. I still think Darrell Williams is the better back over Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think Jerry McKinnon is a great. You can do like a thunder lightning combination, and you can bring Gore in there on like 31, 32 situations. He's a big power back. But I was excited because Andy rolled out those screen passes with McKinnon, and one of them screen passes was just nice. And I said, "Oh, this is what I remember in Philadelphia. This is how you had like your Duke Steelers become all pros. You had your LaShawn McCoy. They made Jamal Charles bread and butter off the screen pass. And I love the fact that Patrick Mahomes is making better choices now, and it's not being the gunslinger and turning the doggone ball over. So we're seeing that they got a good feel, good practice in. We got Buffalo coming to town. The last three teams besides who are in the playoffs with the Chiefs, the Bills, the Bengals, and the Titans, we lost to all three of those particular teams. We had a chance against Cincinnati, and we lost the lead, and we got confident and lost the lead in that one. We got blown out early in the year to Buffalo and Tennessee. So it's going to be interesting to see when Buffalo comes to town next week, because they just blew out the New England Patriots. This is not the same Chiefs team that played Buffalo in the beginning of the year. This is a whole different Kansas City Chiefs football team. It's going to be great. It's going to be interesting and exciting to see the matchups of the weapons, because Buffalo has weapons. Josh Allen has a slew of weapons to choose from and in his arsenal, and Patrick Mahomes has weapons now. And in the mind, it's going to be interesting to see Sean McDermott, a great defensive coordinator, go up against his mentor Andy Reid and his great offensive mind. It's going to be interesting to see what Leslie Frazier, the defensive coordinator of the Bills, has up his sleeve, going up against Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator of the Chiefs. So we have some interesting matchups that are going to be taking place in this next particular game that I'm excited about seeing. I'm excited about seeing the growth of what the Chiefs are doing, have done, how they just ran the table and made the playoffs. And I talked about this on the previous video. I saw the Chiefs going at least 11-6 and 12-5, because every game was a playoff game. Every game that they went through was a playoff game, and they dominated and they handled their business when they needed to handle their business, and found different ways to win. And the Chiefs tightened up their defense. The corners have gotten better. The linebacking core has gotten better. We've gotten healthy on the D-line. Pieces are now coming together at the right time. So, with that being said, 42-21, Pittsburgh loses to the Kansas City Chiefs. We had a great retirement party celebrating Ben Roethlisberger while putting up 42 on that Pittsburgh daunted defense. But it was a well played. It was another day in the office for Kansas City Chiefs. It's good times in the Chiefs kingdom. We ain't got to worry about quarterback draws and nothing crazy like that. On our end, we ain't got to worry about clock. Well, every night, well, it is. Well, we might. I hope we ain't got to worry about clock management, but we ain't got to worry about no doggone quarterback draws like at the end of the game like that. We ain't got to worry. We don't have them issues in the Chiefs kingdom. We don't. And so hopefully this continues, and we'll continue to play well. I'm excited about next week playing the Bills. And when we beat the Bills, I'm excited about if either we go to Tennessee, because I did predict early in the year that Patrick Mahomes will probably play a road playoff game, and they were not going to get home field throughout the playoffs. This is still on the table right now. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But as far as the Bills, I am excited about Buffalo. I'm excited about this matchup coming up. I'm not going to give you my prediction right now, but I'm excited about the chess pieces that are about to take place.